This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good night, Chanel. Bud, how are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful night?
I'm doing well.
Well, it's a great pleasure to connect with you. Please do tell me, what part of the world are you in right now?
I am in Dallas, Texas.
All right. And which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this specific time in history?
So I am a certified life coach.
Tell me more, please. What do you coach about?
Okay, so basically I am a relationship and career development coach. And so I base my coaching off of relational aspects because I believe that that's very important, whether it's in your personal life or your career life. And so that's the basis of everything. But as far as the career development aspect of my coaching, I'm inspired to help others succeed, whether that be basic goals, basic computer skills, customer service, conflicts and things like that, how to deal with angry customers and things like that, so that when people get into these positions, they are already well equipped to be able to deal with these type of situations to help people stay within their careers and their jobs and things like that. And I also touch on if you want to get to the next level. And sometimes, CEOs or like small business owners, entrepreneurs just starting out, they don't have some of the skill sets that they need to make their business, start to grow in the beginning. And so that's what I try to do for the most part, is train people up. And through my own trials and tribulations, I didn't have that type of support. So I'm driven to help others because I know how it feels to not have that.
So who did you learn the ability to love from?
Well, the ability to love came honestly from God, and finding that inner peace and acceptance and accountability for myself.
Now, there are some products that you've created, right? Alongside with what you've been doing with your coaching. Which came first, the products that you created or coaching?
So the products. So every product except for the shoe design that I'm a new shoe designer.
I love it. I love the shoes, though. I'm just saying, sorry, folks, sorry for cutting across, but I love the shoes. And my wife saw when I was looking at the shoes, and I said, "Hey, don't you think this is interesting?" And she's like, "Yeah, like, would you wear it?" I think so. It's really cool. Like, wow. I'm just saying, sorry about that.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And that's one of the things that I'm trying to do too, is, spread self-awareness, self-love. And I had to try to do it in a unique way. I was trying to figure out how I can get to the world with not only books, because some people don't read books. And so I have a fragrance as well. And I'm like, okay, some people are allergic to fragrances. So how else can I make this work? How can I incorporate this so that I can be able to get the word out, not only in coaching, but to the world, in fashion. And so that was one of the reasons why I got with the Lord and prayed about it. And I just started to create it, and it worked. And so it's fresh. It's really new. I've actually fresh. Just started. It's very fresh. Very, very new.
Yeah, I think let's say it the way it needs to be said, though. It's fresh, not like it's fresh. Yeah, it's fresh,
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Now, there's a design on the box that intrigued me, and of course, the collector's edition packaging is what gets that, right? And you have on there a wolf peeking out of what looks like a tent, but a triangle, definitely, in a forest. Where did the inspiration to create that come from?
It's funny that you say that, because yesterday I was just feeling like being bold and coming up out of myself to the wider intrigue inside of me. And so I'm like, okay, I have to think outside the box, but it has to be fierce. It has to be still me, but it has to connect to everyone else as well. And so I started to try to select different things and different options, and that stuck, and it was a win. And this was after I created the shoe. So I designed the shoe first, and then the box I had to replicate something that signified the shoe. Replicate, that gave the shoe like that, the completion.
Yeah.
And that was it.
It's like, folks, for you that can't see it, like if I had to describe it, it's like the Viking version of what a woman would wear, modernized and sleek. That's how I would
Yes,
describe it.
correct. Yes, correct.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you so much.
So what's one other thing you've done consistently? Well, before we even do that, my apologies, folks. Like, where can they go to see these products and even find out more about your coaching?
So you can go to aliveshoe.com, and I'm under selfless love. And also, I am the designer Chanel Budd, CHANELBUDD. These are limited editions, and so they will go pretty fast. But again, this is new. This is fresh. And my email address is chanelb1@chanelbud.com.
All right, wonderful. And of course, the information will be in the show notes. All right, Chanel. All right, let's switch gears for a moment then. Let me now invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm blue Caribbean water. Chanel, what is your earliest childhood memory?
So this one was sensitive for me, and I had to be honest about it because I don't know why it plays a significant role, but it's what I remember. My mother and father had separated, and I was 2 years old. And he approached the home, I guess, to get in, and all I can hear was him banging and screaming on the door, yelling her name. And in that moment, it was something that just stuck. And so that was my memory at 2. That was like the earliest I could go back, and that was the memory, and that was at 2.
Why do you think it's so clear, this particular memory?
I don't know. I guess because it was like very aggressive, and for a 2-year-old child, it was like, fear and confusion and what's going on and things like that. And it was somebody that was, very near and dear to me, both my father and my mother. And of course, I didn't understand that too, why or what or whatever, but it was just something that stuck with me.
Did she open the door?
No.
How do you see that memory connecting to who you are today?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around that because it's kind of hard. Now that I'm an adult and I do understand, I'm glad she did not open the door. But I also found peace with the both of them and understood why she, did what she did, who my dad is. And he has also not apologized for that issue, but he has recognized and took accountability for who he was then. So.
That's beautiful. Can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind with that memory?
Absolutely.
I just spoke to someone, so it'll be your episode before yours, and that person actually spoke about his parents being divorced as well, and his earliest memory was of his father, because his father was serving in what I believe is the military, from what I understood. So he came back. But, it speaks to me about boundaries and what happens in love. It's so important to have boundaries in love because love can take so many directions, I've found. So again, just coming back to your memory, I think it's really important to understand the dynamics of love. And in selfless love, it's so important to have boundaries because there are two aspects of what can happen where you can go outside of what you can provide, as well as someone can come inside and access more than you should provide. And to see the door there in your memory and understanding that your mother did not break the boundary. I love how that connects to what you're providing through individuals, giving them the opportunity to understand how to selflessly love.
Yes.
Wow, that was long.
That was amazing. That was amazing.
Thank you.
And I'm an author as well. So I do have a publication, and it's called Playing the Hand I Was Dealt. And it touches on childhood all the way up until I had gotten married. But it's an amazing book because it shows that you can still make it through life through any of your trials and tribulations, but it's a choice.
Yes, it is.
And so yeah.
Yeah, well done. If we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
So you're going to be laughing at this one because I had to reflect back to 12 years old, and I'm actually 43.
Right.
I will be 43. And the only song that really came to me and stuck with me was LL Cool J, I Need Love.
Wow, it's amazing how it connects, isn't it?
It does.
Wow. Yeah, that is amazing. Wow. All right, my friend. Well, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there is a small declaration form, so it's yes or no. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready?
Yes.
Chanel, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yes.
Are you married?
Yes.
Do you have children?
One. Yes.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
Not really.
What about screen time, the phone and the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Less than 8.
Chanel, if you had to share with us your own unique, real statement, a statement that represents who you are, Chanel Bud, what would you say that is?
An exceptional, inspirational woman.
Who understands the value of love. If I had to add something.
Yes.
Chanel Bud, thank you for being on What Is Inspired. But before we leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
I am also the CEO and founder of Monday Morning Client Services, and you can reach me there as well. You can go to mondaymorningclientservices.com.
What do you do there? The name is intriguing.
So that is a part of the career and development aspect, and it also has information in regards to life coaching as well.
All right. Again, Chanel, thank you for being on What Is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
This segment has been brought to you by Amazon Enterprise.